Hello, everyone. Today is week number 4. We have 3 matches today, and joining today is gonna be Lev and Hornet as casters for the first 2 matches. Hello.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
It's gonna be Calamay versus AiCoVT. It's in Sapphire, and after that match, we're gonna go to Emerald, which is Fedorus versus Hunu, and we're gonna the last match is gonna be Ruby Googie versus Banana Bread. It's gonna be 3 matches in one go, and yeah. Can you guys talk about the first 2 matches? Well, probably the first match because we're gonna start with that one.
Sure. So yeah, looks like we're starting off in Sapphire division, my own division. So Calamay and Aiko, two people that are no strangers to playing each other. Played each other several times. Always a good match. I think most recently in the Winter Cup with Aiko taking that one down. So we'll see if Calamay can try to strike back today. Just looking at the results, it looks like I believe they've both played 2 matches, one win and one draw for Calamay, and one win and one loss for Calamay, and one draw and one loss for Aiko.
Yeah, so I think recently Ico's sniper has not been looking very stable. But if he can fix that, I think he will have a good shot at taking the set. So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a clash of styles when these two play. As we've seen, Aiko usually a little bit more reserved on the spy side, very sneaky, kind of using his time. Calamay much more aggressive, pretty creative, so usually makes for a fun match.
Let's go straight to the pick and bans between these two players. Calamay is picking order first, is choosing to ban Redwoods, while Eiko bans Pub. What do you think
Mm.
of that?
Yeah, the pub ban is kind of interesting. I think many people aren't really comfortable on redwoods, so Calamai kind of banning that is to be expected. I think he often does, but the pub ban from Aiko is kind of interesting because I mean, um, it's a 3 out of 7, so it's kind of a unique venue. So if you really don't want to play that, that can be a good idea. But on the other hand, there's also a lot of play on the spy side that you can have on pub. So maybe kind of just not feeling as comfortable.
Yeah, and I do feel like these picks and bans are probably a little bit targeted just because these two have played each other so much. I know Aiko loves his occlusion venues, so yeah, seeing Calamate ban that is not too surprising. Just kind of taking him a little out of his comfort zone, and not too surprised to see Tayan as the double. So still getting an occlusion venue. Um, Pub, I can't say for sure. Maybe just Aiko knows. Calamate might like Pub. I can't say for sure, but yeah, it may just be a comfort ban. Um, but yeah, pretty standard aside from that.
Yeah, on the other hand, I mean, the double on aquarium is kind of interesting then. If you say I don't really like occlusion menus, then Aqua is an interesting pick. On the other hand, it's certainly kind of different from Redwoods and Cheyenne, where it's kind of a static occlusion thing, whereas on Aqua it's really moving around a lot, and you can do have a lot of like dynamic play behind Q.
Exactly. Yeah, it's still an occlusion venue, but plays much differently than really just about any other venue. So that can probably play into Calamay's creative style.
Let's go straight to the game. It's gonna be Aquarium. Eiko on as Disney. Take it away, one of you two.
Okay,
Yep,
then are you ready?
I'm ready.
Great. Then in 3, 2, 1, playing it. All right, we are right into it here on Aquarium, taking an interesting path to get to our seduction target as quickly as possible, and then deciding to go into Windows instead. Probably did not like to go to bar so early.
Yeah, interesting choice. It looked like we were chasing down the ST, but we're purposely avoiding the bar. I don't know if maybe that's because of the opponent doing bar highlights, or maybe we don't want to get flare paired too easily. A little hard to say, but yeah, change of pace here and heading to books instead. Let's see if we go for a microfilm. Yeah, it looks like we're still just kind of taking our time, seeing how the party pans out. Our ST has settled, so wouldn't be surprised if we go back. Yeah, so just an innocent book take. Really just not doing anything so far to call suspicion to ourselves, and surely gonna go for some flirt progress here.
Okay, let's hope Kane doesn't leave us here. Yeah. Um, we start to flirt and we hit the green. Sadly, it's only for 48%, so we cannot two green this. That's the second worst number that you don't really like to see. Um, the worst one, of course, being 99.
Yeah, unfortunately, both the ST and the AMBA have bailed on us, but AMBA is gonna leave some prints over there on the green bookcase. We do have the double agent. Quite a few people are in conversation, so I think we may want to wait around for a good contact here.
We just no talk, but these things are really difficult to spot, so let's hope it isn't punished. There's one book, yeah. So Twin takes that print. The Amber hasn't brought back the book, so there's no print at green yet.
We actually have a low
So
shark with the AMBA right here, but I don't think we can quite make any bug attempts here.
yeah, and so far we don't really have any mission progress on any, let's say, meaningful missions. I mean, a bit of flood progress, that's nice, but we need some tangible progress. There's
Yeah,
some tangible progress. That's a BB.
yeah, BP with actually quite a few getting real credit here. Honestly, only a few in the innocent conversation, and maybe like 2 or 3 out of conversation. So about as good
No,
of a BB as we can ask for.
no lowlights taken. Is this like a new SpyParty thing I'm not aware of? I haven't been around for the last few months, but I believe there were a few people out of convo for that one.
Yeah, that may be some Sapphire tech because I do that myself sometimes. Hear a BP and
Whoa!
I look for the hardtail. Yeah, so apparently we thought Pearls was up to something sneaky there. What it was, I'm not quite sure. Let's see if we can go
Yeah.
back and take a look real quick.
I mean, I guess she has a bug. It's Aqua, so everyone gets a bug. And then she has BB and splits, and then she redirects really weirdly off the briefcase. But I don't think, I mean, mission counting wise, she did surely not finish.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you just kind of had a feeling. But yeah, probably best to just wait for a little more, just a little more evidence that that is a spy. But just trusting his gut there, unfortunately, was not correct this time.
Right, then let's move on. The next game has Calamay trying to bring it back as Alice. Um, if we're good to go, then in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, let's see if yep, slightly different approach from Calamay. Not exactly chasing down the ST, but going straight to bar this time. Um, I think maybe there might have been some hope that our ST would land near us, but not so lucky. So yeah, we are the first to take from bar. Situations like this, it can sometimes be okay to purloin because, well, depending on how many bar visitors come up, it may be a little bit harder. But since it's so early, we probably don't want to narrow it down so much. So I'm assuming just an innocent drink take here.
Teal is gonna push out the. Oh no, that was actually just a regular convo lead from Amber. But I felt like we were maybe setting up for some kind of bug shenanigans down here. But with the highlight, that also doesn't seem to be really that advisable. Yeah, we'll maybe have to wait with those hardtails until we get normal lit again.
Yeah, so the plus side is, the party's fairly active here. There's guests that are picking up some mission suspicion. The downside is it's been about a minute and we actually have not picked up any progress. So we're kind of getting into a situation where we might have to just force something here.
Yeah, Twin just takes a nice bug path there. Yeah, it gets a highlight for it. Um, we instead go to the don't take any bugs, but instead start floating. Also for 48%. Very popular today.
Yeah, that definitely not the number you want to see. But the plus side is there are a lot of highlights in this party, and they're still relatively active. So even if our progress isn't so good here, there's still potential for civ shots.
Right. Heiko taking a lot of bar highlights, but then not bringing them back down. That's a direct tow line. And I believe that that's only Smallman who could have delegated there. Because Hare was holding a book.
Yeah, interesting
So let's
decision.
see.
Direct purloin. Not something you see work out
What is
like
it?
all the time, but
Yeah, now I think we've understood that the list is indeed gone. Let's see how there are some lowlights. That's a good lowlight. Small man is kept. Oh, okay, I mean all the bar highlights are just kept up, right? So I think we're not entirely sure where that Poland went.
yeah. So I think this might have just been a play, just knowing his opponent, knowing that he is highlighting for bar, but he's not going to have it. He's not going to see every single delegate. So probably worth the mission, but we still have to get remaining, at least one remaining mission after we finish the seducing contact. So maybe a little difficult, but with how active this party is, if we get some activity from these highlights, we can sneak one last mission in.
And to be fair, there are a lot of lowlights coming out over time here now. So yeah, so Twin gets the real. Yeah, and he's dead for that. Yeah, that's just Twin taking that really nice bug path at 2 minutes and 46, and then not being 100% on the purloin. So you have to, if you can count to 4, then you have to shoot for that. But I think, am I? Oh wait, I believe that was actually not the right Twin.
Yeah, still, yeah, it might have been one of those things where we just weren't sure which twin. It's it's entirely
Yeah, the
possible
other
because
Twin got shot.
they
The
were
other
both
Twin,
okay.
not the one with the bug path. But anyway, sometimes you just gotta shoot a Twin. If both are so active and doing so much stuff, sometimes you just gotta shoot one.
Yeah, but I have to say, really good awareness of by Calamay if he was purposely BBing for the twin there. Yeah, really nice awareness of the party.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if that happened, that's a good understanding of seeing like the bug path happen and like how that influences how the sniper thinks about the party. Okay, so we're playing Ellis once again. This time Aiko looking to take the lead again in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yep, just witnessing some more Sapphire meta here, playing Alice on Aquarium, as we all know. The best spy to play on Aqua in Sapphire. So I'm glad these players are up to date on that. Yeah, and once again, going straight to bar, so kind of mimicking Calamay's last round. Let's see how this works out.
This time no Baja lights coming out of Calamay. Interesting. We just leave the bar. We decide we actually don't really want that, and instead try to get this flirt. Yeah. I mean, sadly, we have to flirt before we take the book. Otherwise, Disney might have split there before we could have gotten the flirt off. But
Yeah, we hit the green, but there's quite a bit of spacing there, so only 43%. But I do like the aggression to go ahead and get that early flirt progress.
right.
And quite a busy bar. I think we. Oh no, we did not take the delegate, so no chance of that right now. But yeah, quite a few statue visitors, so probably a good time to go ahead and get an inspect ourselves.
Yeah, this is somehow at least pacing wise, this is already more aggressive and also not. Ooh, that's an anim break. Nicer than the last game where we kind of didn't have anything until 1 minute and like 40 or something or 30, and we just got a civ shot out of nowhere. So right now we're actually trying to somewhat aggressively finish missions.
Yeah, the timing of that highlight was interesting because it was right when we broke animation, but I have to think if Calamay saw that, he would have just taken the shot. So probably just a regular statue highlight.
Yeah, I mean there are also other statue highlights coming out, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the highlight wasn't specifically for the anim break. General, I believe, finishing statues there, so we are getting some statue finishes as well. Yeah, we need some more flood progress, and we needed a 4th mission, as always. You need the 4th mission.
Yeah, with the inspects, I think we're kind of in a situation where we can afford to wait since we have the inspects. Like we could always finish on a swap if needed. It's not ideal, but it's always there. Um, not the worst time for a contact, but DA just now getting settled. SDA has been out of conversation for a while, but of course we have no way of knowing that.
General up to maybe the 2nd print, if this is printable, but he also did a really nice really nice idle reset on those on the briefcase pickup. So I think that's that's a tell. But we'll see what happens if he BBs here. Maybe he gets shot because that's a lot of mission progress.
Yeah, I do think we're kind of getting in a position where we need to do something because actually a minute left and we haven't completed any missions left. So I think either if we're planning to finish, might need to force a time ad, could just go for a late rush, but I think we do need to make up our mind fairly soon.
Okay, at least we got the seduce finished. So now there's always BB inspect swap, or maybe take this bug out of convo as potential routes for a finish.
Yeah, we have no shark cover, but I think we don't really have a choice. I think we just take this. But yeah, leaves conversation before we get a chance. And now
Yeah. So what's the plan? We 20 seconds left.
I think he just has to BB and just hope that the SDA is in, but it wouldn't work in this situation anyways.
Inspect swap, and but as the DA isn't in, we can't actually finish with that. We need to bug.
Yeah, force a bug
So
actually.
here comes the
Looks,
desperation bug,
yeah, looks like we're just in time actually.
and that is not a good bug. Yeah. And there's the shot from
Yeah,
Calamay.
so I mean, from what was looking like impossible to finish, he did manage to find the finish, but yeah, maybe just a little too much all at once, and Calamay was on top of it.
Yeah, I mean these bugs at the very last second. So I mean sometimes they can be very good if there's some other thing that the sniper is thinking about, similar to how you can swap at the like very last second or put a book back. And if the sniper is worrying about something else, maybe then you get a lot of confusion and you can get away. But if there isn't anything else happening as it's the case here, then these things just are kind of doomed to fail.
Yeah, just a little unfortunate with the DA never really getting a good BB off because,
Yes.
yeah, a lot of guests, I think, general specifically looked like they were basically finished. So would have been nice if it had worked out that way. I think that's maybe what we were waiting for, but yeah, it just didn't quite work out this time.
Okay, so it's 2-1 in Calamay's favor. Calamay trying to make it 3-1 on Kane in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Okay, let's see whether we can get some early mission progress going. We instead choose to go into an innocent conversation and talk for a bit.
Yeah, so some early prints on green. Probably just waiting for ST to settle somewhere. Yeah, and I don't know, with the last match, like we saw our,
Ooh,
oh, we
yeah, that's completely behind the keel, and it's also not taking. That wasn't quite behind keel, but it took.
yeah, that was nice. Honestly, those bugs, like just as the ambassador enters conversation, like especially in these lower leagues, people just usually aren't ready for that. So I think Calamay got away with that cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to. Oh, there's a highlight though.
Yeah, and you know what's funny
Ooh.
is I think that might have just been for what looked like a bug path leaving when we already had bug to begin with. It's
No,
a
I don't
little.
think so.
Oh, you
And
don't think so? You think it was
no,
for
no,
the
no.
earlier bug?
Yeah, I'm crediting Aiko with understanding that not that I don't think he saw that bug. I think if you like angle it all the way to the right and also like tilt, then you can probably catch the end. But oh, there's also BB going on. But the way I don't think he saw it, but maybe he understood that that's just might be a bug, and maybe you want to defend against that by putting a highlight
Yeah,
on.
pretty impressive if he did credit that because usually I want to say like I don't know, like usually we're crediting bugs that look like the spy is clearly going for them, but that was a case where the Emma came to us, so a little bit harder to credit. But
Of course, of
yeah, I
course.
think
Those
I
are like
go.
the best kinds of bugs. Sure,
Mhm.
certainly.
Yeah, so actually probably the best progress we've had so far. Looks like Calamay is clearly trying to finish here, not trying to frame anyone. Yeah, just got to finish up this flirt and get this last inspect, and I think if we finish early enough, then we probably have it.
That path was kind of unfortunate. It looked like we were maybe trying to get like another wrong unblock or something with how that path was going. So we'll see whether the bug is actually credited. But I mean, the path to completion is pretty clear. We're going to take this inspect and we're going to flirt. And if the bug is credited, we probably have to shoot for this inspect.
Agreed. Yeah, so the highlight came before we've even picked up our first set of inspects. So clearly the sniper is going to see us, finish 3 missions after we're already highlighted. So most snipers are going to shoot, but I mean, we'll see how meaningful of a highlight this is.
There's a hold here, and now you have to shoot for the flirt, which is very hard. There's also a laser burn, so I don't know. Maybe there's some other kind of tell that we can still make to break this game.
Yeah, just based off of the
Oh, that hits
positioning,
the
I think
green.
we're just waiting for one more action here.
Ah, that's a rough shot to take. And it doesn't come off. Yes. Calamay with a nice spy game, getting the bug kind of like slightly gifted from the amber, but on the other hand, you also have to use your chances and take those bugs if you get the chance.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Definitely
Aiko
need.
not taking that shot. I can't really fault him if you aren't really able to angle properly for that, or maybe it was also completely behind keel. You can't really tell in the replay. Then I don't think it's just a hard shot to take in general. You have to go with other like context clues then and do some pathing or something to understand that, because if you're just going off of mission counting, that's actually a bad shot to take, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like shooting for flirt is one of the hardest things to do, especially on one of these, 4 of 8 venues. I know the suspicion was there, but I think we were just hoping for maybe just a little bit more than just, one additional talk.
Okay, then I think the next game will transport us to Tayen in a second. Another conclusion venue. Yes, occlusion venue, where we are trying to do things that are not able that the sniper cannot see. As Irish, in 3, 2, 1, playing.
Yeah, so here's Aiko's double. My experience with Aiko is, yeah, he does play a little bit slow, but it seems like on these occlusion venues he really opens up. I think he just has that awareness that, of course they're not going to see everything I do, and really just uses it to his advantage to get more missions done.
Yeah, that's a
And
red test, but it won't really matter because Sari is holding the statue anyway, so we couldn't have gotten a full inspect in any case. Let's hope for Aiko that Calamay understands that that was not a full inspect. We immediately take the briefcase. That stop was slightly late, but it's always extremely hard to do that correctly when the amber isn't being pushed out of convo and you can't see when he's going to leave. So we get a print and we enter into statues again. What do you think of that?
yeah, so we're being extremely aggressive this game, and I think maybe part of it is we're kind of playing off of our ST here. Our ST went back to statues to finish up inspects. So yes, we are suspicious by doing that ourselves, but we're about as equally as suspicious as Sorry right now.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is a full-blown rush right now. Sadly, we don't hit that green, so we can't really. It's going to be kind of hard. Asari entering statues as well. Wow! Now we have two people who are rushing concurrently.
yeah, but that's actually the statues that I think Sorry is already fully inspected. So it
Oh
might
yeah, that's
actually even lower her suspicion. The Ampa just left some prints on blue. If we the problem is if we go to finish that, then we're seeing at both bookcases, which it's not ideal, but maybe we could get away with it, especially if we have the laser on us and they can clearly see we're not transferring.
man. Asari is just going books to that statue to books to that statue. She's reading the books and looking at the statues today.
Yeah,
Um, we are just waiting a bit at Windows, probably wanting to get that second, no, the third flirt to complete the mission, and then we're probably just looking for a BB maybe, or maybe also a silent game together with another print.
yeah, I definitely want a BB for Sorry right now. Even though she's been a little AI-like with going back to multiple sites over and over again, like she does have the most mission progress aside from us. So yeah, I would hope that he gets Sorry in for the BB, but obviously the DA is in the other conversation, so we might not really have a choice.
I think Kane just smudged that is going to. So he smudged the first one, and now he's going to delete that print when he puts the book back. But there's going to be another print at. Oh, we go to blue. He did he take the. No, he put the book back. I don't think this is printable. It is printable. I am talking nonsense. And we hit the green. That's great. Now we only need a BB, and maybe we don't get shot for this.
Yeah, honestly, good play, because I mean, it's really hard to credit the difficult print there.
There it is. It's green.
Yeah,
And there
oh,
comes
geez,
the
and he
shot.
takes a shot anyways. Ah,
That's a nice
impressive shot from Calamay. I don't think I could have taken the shot. Because that print on blue was left such a long time ago, from when we took it. Yeah, like I didn't really think it was still gonna be there either. So yeah, we hit the green, we hit the green contact on top of it, and Calamay still has the awareness to take that shot. Pretty impressive sniping.
Yeah. So Kane took the book out. I just didn't see it because the book was inside of Salmon. But Kane took the book out, so that was still difficult print there. So that's a really nice shot. Even though that rush at the start kind of petered out to a very like trying to get the print somehow game. But yeah, Calamay on top of his prints and getting there.
Yeah, it felt
So this
pretty
is
pretty
4-1. Wow.
yeah, pretty impressive on both sides. Yeah, I don't know if like that was crediting the difficult print or just he saw us going to both bookcases. It's hard to know for sure. Either way, we did have I guess we were the most active in the party.
Yeah.
Sorry was quite active, but not maybe just maybe one step behind us. But yeah, good sniping from Calamay for sure.
Right. And as you mentioned, sorry, now we're getting into a game of sorry for Calamay to make it 5-1 in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, so going straight to the innocent conversation here. ST right behind us. We could just go ahead and take some sort of progress, but we would do so in exchange for a highlight.
Yeah, the ST is Irish, by the way, and she's starting this game off by going to a side statue. But she's out, so no more sorry Irish shenanigans in this game.
Yeah, that probably not a bad choice. I know some people don't like early BB because it really reduces the mental load of the sniper, but like sometimes like if you have a good one, it's good to just go ahead and take it, or you could end up chasing it for the rest of the game.
To be fair, this one was fake, so
Oh, this one was fake actually. I just now realized that. Uh,
uh, yeah. So I mean, that's kind of that kind of. I mean, you give a lot of other people BB to maybe get some frame opportunities or so, but I think on Tayan on a venue where there's so few conversation circles, you can also do that later usually. Um, but for example, now Ellis has a lot of heat on her already. She has a print, she has center inspect, she has a BB. So if she takes another print, she might be dead already.
yeah, kind of like this approach, like especially if we're gonna do the real contact much later, because I think the sniper, he's probably gonna be looking more heavily towards the people with real contact. What was the SDA? Was the SDA in for that?
Yes, the SDA was in with us. So
Okay, so
both
we all
Article
have
Fedry.
kind of equal suspicion right now.
Yes. So let's see. That's a bug, and the hand is on camera. Let's. Oh yeah, I think that was seen the way that laser was moving, and the hand was I think pretty visible. We were slightly too far in that convo to actually get the hand properly occluded by tap.
Yeah, a
Here's the
little.
second TP.
Yeah, second BB. It looks like this one is real this time. Yeah, a little unfortunate on the bug because yeah, we did walk just a little too far forward. The fact that we're still alive though, we're not even a highlight, makes me think that the sniper was distracted by something else when that bug came off.
I mean, that would be huge. There's still, I mean, we just need one more flip. Oh, Alice is going to take another case. Oh, she is redirected. She's not taking the case. That was pretty lucky for Aiko that she did not get there. Otherwise, that might have been ugly. So let's see whether we can flirt and then probably take another inspect to finish and get away with it.
Yeah, just I mean, it really just all comes down to like how much that bug is suspected, and even if he didn't see it for whatever reason, I think he knows that we could possibly have it. So yeah, I mean, it's really. I guess we'll find out shortly, if the sniper is going to take the shot or not. But yeah, I mean, if that bug wasn't seen, this feels like a pretty clean game. We might not be getting shot here.
There's the late inspect. Oh, we got a highlight. Ooh, a highlight is usually bad. That often means that the sniper is not ready to shoot. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
wonder if just based off of the timing, like this feels like about the time a spy could be finishing, so maybe we just take the
Oh,
shot
there's the
anyways.
fakes. We can't quite take the shot.
It looks like he was thinking about it, but yeah, just decided against it.
They're probably also just lining up for overtime, but there was no overtime. And Calamay escapes with that win.
Yeah, well played by Calamay to time that, before 10 seconds. So just not really making Aiko have to make the decision and not giving any additional evidence.
Right. So, that bug, I mean, not entirely clean, but if you get away with it, you get away with it. So you'd also have to on the sniper side, you have to somehow punish the spy for being aggressive, and if you can't, then that's just lucky, I guess, for the spy then to get away with that. Good. Now we get to the next game in which Aiko on Alice, I believe, is trying to hold on for dear life on Taeyan. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, so pretty big lead so far for Calamay. Surely Aiko is aware of that. And yeah, as we saw, Aiko, like Calamay, even though the bug wasn't clean, like in SpyParty, you get rewarded for taking risks. Like sometimes even when they don't work out the way you want, you can still get rewarded from it because who knows what the sniper's looking at. So
Yes.
I'm kind
And
of
there's a
hoping that.
risk.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
risk.
I was about to
It's
say, I kind of
all the
hope
time
Aiko
that.
follows suit. Yeah, time ad pretty huge on Taeyeon. Like that extra 45 seconds just gives so much time for like the rest of the guests to just do things, build up suspicion, and yeah, I mean it lets us pace this out a lot better too. So
I am not happy about this combo positioning right now. And if I know Calamay correctly, he probably also does not like that. If it's even properly visible, because I mean it's Taeyan. Oh, there's also Poland. While I was talking about like nonsense, Poland happened, and we are highlight for it. Let's see how many safe lowlights we can get off this. Some highlights are nice, but I mean we want to properly narrow down the guest list for this.
yeah, I was gonna say like with the combo position, like sometimes these will happen in the early chaos, but when it happens later in the game, it's way more suspicious because it's just not really a natural occurrence. But what was funny is he kind of took advantage of being sandwiched between the other two guests to take the purloin because especially with a sniper's angle, you can't really be too sure of who took that drink unless you're really zoomed in and focused on it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, only downside is like we're really just one of 3 highlights, but we could potentially finish from here. No,
Probably
because
need a bug for that.
we'll still have to sneak in that 3rd mission somehow or another.
I mean, it's probably going to be BB and some kind of bug that's really clean, or it's not going to be anything, because Calamay is sure that
Was
we
that
are this fine.
was that etiquette based? Did we take a bad
Uh,
sip or something?
Maybe that's a sip break.
No, that looked
Looks
like
like
a okay.
no, that's a. I think that's not great.
Okay,
I think that's like a slight break, but
yeah, that's pretty interesting if that's what the shot was based off of.
yeah, I think that's slightly early maybe. But I'm honestly I'm not too into playing SpyParty right now, so I'm
I
not
think
entirely sure whether that actually was a sip break. Yeah, I think that's slightly early.
yeah,
But anyway, good find by Calamay and very very sure of that target. So this is the last one. Why is there so much Alice here? Are they like paid to, or are there extra points if they play Alice? I think this might be the 4th or 5th Alice game. This match, it's Calamay as Alice on JN in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
yeah. As I was saying, each division has their own meta, and we just love our Alice and Sapphire. So glad everyone is catching on.
Right. So we move next to our ST immediately, and then also move out of the convo very quickly to get a quick 34%.
Yeah, kind of just taking our time here, but we're so many games ahead that we really probably don't feel the need to force anything. I mean, I guess there's 2 ways to play it. Just take your time and hope the sniper gets jumpy, or just finish missions and force him to take a shot. So yeah, we go single inspects at center statues. It's kind of an interesting choice. We pick up the highlight, even though clearly we couldn't have finished inspects there.
Yeah, that's true. That's interesting. I haven't seen too much of that. Maybe people nowadays think that you're less suspicious for that because somehow if you were the spy, you would probably also take the whole thing. But I know that was a really long reject. In fact, it
Well,
was so long, Toby gave up.
yeah, he gave
Um,
up.
right.
A
So
little,
let's see whether
yeah,
that's caught at all, or whether Aiko put some suspicion on that. Because if they do, we're in a really bad spot right now with that inspect, which might have been credited for 2, and the etiquette break.
yeah. I was a little surprised to see that because just based off of Toby's positioning, it was pretty clear we were the one being offered. But yeah, both players were actually so distracted that neither of them caught on to it. Not something you really see that often, but
Right. So
doesn't seem like it's going to factor into this game.
yeah, we got a print as well, and we finish our flirt. So there's a lot of mission progress on us so far, but we are also, I mean, we're also looking at having to go to another set of statues, taking another print, and possibly also having suspicion for that etiquette break.
Yeah, it hits the green BB. Probably good that we went ahead and took that. Um, I don't think. Yeah, the Amba hasn't left any statue prints, have they?
I believe not, but here goes the inspect.
Yeah, so finishing up the inspects here, and then just gotta find that one last print. Or honestly, we could force another mission if needed.
We are really taking a look at that statue. Also, possibly at this bug that might be on the table. Yeah, we don't try anything funny there. I think that's a good choice. And we're probably looking to take some kind of print somewhere.
Yeah, I wonder if we're just waiting for the Amba to get off that statue, but I feel like we're gonna get shot for that for sure.
I mean, we probably need to. There's only 20 seconds left. We need to do something now. Yeah, and
Looks
Disney
like we're
takes the case, so
going for a
there's.
purloin instead.
It looks like it.
Oh,
Oh,
nope. Going
is that a
for.
swap?
Oh, are we swapping for twin?
That's a red swap for. Oh no, it's a white swap actually for twin. There the beeps. There's the shot, and Aiko finds the win.
Yeah, pretty clean game. Just a little unfortunate that there weren't really any prints available, at least not that I was aware of. Yeah, just good sniping from Ico.
Yeah, I would be interested to know whether we actually live if we can take, for example, that briefcase, um, or take a drink print or something. Because other than the etiquette break, that was pretty straightforward, pretty clean game. I would agree.
Yep, and with that, looks like we are moving on to high rise.
And it is high rise swap with print and transfer off, as I believe a lot of people are currently playing. That seems to be more or less the meta. I mean, it's always the thing whether you play print or you play Perline, but a lot of people are opting for the more active, more like player input spy based version of Hi-Res, where you do have the option to take the Perline. So with that, we're getting into Hi-Rise as wheels in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I would say in my experience, this tends to be the more popular setup. It just seems to be the more likely for AIs to actually, finish some missions, get some suspicion on them.
Right, but of course you actually have to do things for that. If you're just playing fingerprint, and I just might get 2 fingerprints, and you might win by framing somewhat by default. This is a really interesting and really good BB.
Yeah, really packed
Everyone
conversation.
has real except for Irish, who does not get a low light for some reason, and Sari is of course out as well. But everyone has real. That's great for getting statue finishes, for getting Poland finishes.
Yeah,
And so
I like the potential here. I do feel like we need to get out of this combo though, or at least find a way to get some better distance because so we take the other flirt, I guess, with the reduced cooldown. Probably a good decision. So 42, not too bad for the start.
Right, another party kind of disperses away from that one conversation. That was actually kind of a freak accident. I don't think I've ever seen that many people in one conversation on High Rise. There was everyone besides one person. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
and we
seen
hit
that.
a white time ad, which is a little scary because honestly, I think we're like the only ones who've really been near windows. So if Calamay catches on, that could come back to us. But honestly, this is kind of a time in the match where you don't really feel like you need to look for time ads, so we might just get away with it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's certainly true. That's something that I don't think many people consider. That sometimes, at which point in the match something takes place actually can make a difference. Whether you go fresh into it or whether you're already pretty deep into it. We take a book from bookcase, and since transfer is off and it's not printable, we cannot really do anything with it, and are probably now looking to set up for a flirt.
Yeah, I like the decision. Go ahead and get this flirt. So most of the time we're gonna be in the range where just one more flirt is needed, especially if Queen can stay put here. Um, yeah, I don't particularly like finishing in specs on this venue, but you don't really have too many choices. So yeah, if we if we're not credited for flirt, we might be able to get away with it.
I'm really interested in the light play from Calamay here. I mean, did Taft bug? I'm slightly confused. Nobody is getting any lights. And I hope that, for example, Irish not being low lit won't come back to bite him because she just took her second print, I believe.
Well, fingerprints are off, so that should be okay.
Oh yeah, I'm still right. Yes. Okay, so Irish didn't do anything wrong, but we instead take a bug, which might have been pretty on camera.
That didn't take either. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, one of the downsides of wheels is his bugs are kind of noticeable. With the positioning, it may have been okay. It's just, yeah, really tragic that didn't take though, because I think that would have put us in a position to finish.
Honestly, I don't believe it was seen. If it were seen, that probably needs to be shot at that point in the round,
Yeah, and the
or at least
downs
this needs to be a shot.
downside
So
is now we have to inspect finish. There's really no other choice unless we want to purloin.
you can also just take another bug.
Yeah, you can, but yeah, just
Yeah,
wheels.
now you can't. Now you can't. Whoa! The Irish got shot. Yeah, and this is why you should lowlight for BB.
I love the foreshadowing there with I
No,
hope that doesn't come back to
no, I
bite
mean
us.
no. Calamay says he shot for fingerprint. Incredible. So that is somebody who was out of BB, who finished with a mission that was off. Yeah. So then it's good that I also made the same gaff, and I would have also shot Irish.
Well,
Let's see.
Sapphire Gaming, what can we say? We make mistakes.
I mean, sometimes that's also like, I mean, that's how you learn, right? But
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay, so now after that unexpected ending, um, yeah, I also Irish, of course, didn't have contact. So and anyway, incredible incredible finish to that game. It's 6-3, and Aiko is looking like they might be able to make something happen again. Now Calamay is trying to seal the deal here at the match point with Salmon of all people on high rise in 3, 2, 1, playing.
Yeah, well, I guess well done by Aiko. His patience kind of paid off there. I was curious to see how he intended to finish though, or like I don't know if he was just waiting for the civ shot or what, but we're kind of in a position where it felt like even if we did inspects, it might have sent it in overtime, so it was very risky. But yeah, I mean sometimes just taking your time can pay off, especially when the sniper is a little bit jumpy.
Sure, sure. Sometimes you just got to be committed to timing out, so that you actually show the sniper that that's also a possibility, um, and they have to account for that. We
Ooh,
said
that's
that was terrible entry into bookcases there. We slightly stuttered, but maybe not noticed because we didn't get a highlight.
the sniper seemed pretty fixated on the right side of the venue. I'm not sure if some people were crowded around the ambassador, but yeah, that was a little unfortunate, but we got away with missing the pad a little bit there.
Yeah, also pretty quick return on books, but probably not punished by Aiko. Dude looked like, whoa. Okay, we are trading Civ shots with Civ shots, and that's the match, I believe. Calamay winning 7-3.
Yeah, so what did Ellis
What
do
happened there?
there? She went for a briefcase.
I guess she bugged.
Yeah, I think we gave Alice bug credit.
I guess she bugged. And then she took a print, and then she takes another print. Yeah. She takes 2 prints after
Takes an
bugging.
early talk.
Don't
Kind
do
of
that.
looks like the spy, but yeah, since prints are turned off, I think we could still wait a little bit longer. So yeah, probably a behavioral shot.
Were that 2 shots for prints off on people who finish prints? That's insanity.
That's funny. Pretty
Okay.
fun match. Always a good match between Aiko and Calamay.
Yeah, so at least that's good.
So Calamay
Good.
is actually looking pretty good. I think that's his it's at least his second win in the division so
Mhm.
far. So
Yeah, let's look at the scoreboard.
yeah, 2-0-1. I think he probably had a bye week somewhere. So still pretty wide open. Quite a lot could happen here.
Right. So after that exhilarating ending, I think we are slowly getting into the next match.
Yeah, so it looks like maybe Aiko and Yash probably not in a position to finish top 2, but for everyone else, I think it's pretty wide open for Sapphire.